So I just got my trusses dropped off. It's early morning, and here's the stack. I have 26 scissor trusses and then 2 gable end trusses. So here's the gable ends are sitting on top, and then underneath with these diagonal webbings are the standard scissor truss. They have an 11-12 pitch on the inside and a 12-12 pitch on the outside. So you can see, real nice. So I'm doing a little work prepping for this wall. Drew out my base plate, and I need a basically I need to create a beam right here, a vertical beam to tie into the double 2x12, which is acting as a horizontal beam. Spec'd it from my engineer, so I need a big angle bracket up there, and part of that means that this stud, which is on the 16 inches on center, is now in the way. So I just finished removing the blocking that I had put here and here. I cut it out, pulled it, pulled nails, and now I've got to cut this 2x6, which is on the 16 inch on center spacing, and I need to cut him, but it's on my seam with my plywood, so I've got to just cut him down to a certain height and then put in a double 2x6 and double 2x4 a few inches over, all the way up to that guy. And now I cut out the stud 3/4 inches below the seam of the plywood and pulled it out from up there, but there's still some nails, so I gotta get up there and cut those. So here I got the double 2x6 that's gonna go in that wall, and I cut these couple of filler strips. I already screwed them together, but I cut them on the table saw to 2 1/4 inches, which is the gap for that wall, and they're 3 feet long because I only need that beam to carry the load down to the joists for the attic space. So I'm going to nail them in here and then tip it up as 1 unit. And now it's installed all the way down. So I'm going to add blocking. I have the filler strips there going up. What I did was I temporarily braced a piece of wood on the outside so that I could make it flush with the outside of the 2x12, and then I used my 4-foot level to make it plumb. And so that's how I went about installing it. The bottom I made marks based off the end of the wall. So now I've got some blocking in there. I got a 2x4 over on that side, and since this was a 2x6 stud that I was capping off, I decided to throw a 2x6 in there. But that leaves me wide open at the top so I could put a big ass angle bracket in there for this beam. Right there's the end of this wall, but I added the double 2x4. It goes all the way up. Right there it joins with the filler strip and continues on up to the horizontal beam. Now we have a double 2x4, double filler strip, and double 2x6, and this is all going to be brought together with plywood, and it'll become a vertical beam at this section to carry the horizontal beam down. And I held the top plate of this nominally 8-foot wall away from it so I can fit that sheet of plywood in there. So we had some rain. I had to cover all my tools real quick with the tarp that's out there, but the cloudburst moved by, and basically I put up this 8-foot wall. This is going to be one side of the bathroom, and lap my top plates. So that guy's in place. I had to take out this piece of blocking because that's where the vertical beam's going to end up going, in that location. So I cut back the top plate where it needs to go. Did the same thing over on this side, put up that wall, and held back the top plate.